it's a better way of saying pros and cons, but I'm breaking it down a bit further. I wanted to say in today's video about how to make better decisions, and I'll get straight into it. The first thing I wanted to say of how to make better decisions, you start off by thinking about all the solutions to a problem, and then you choose the best solution. Next, I wanted to say is that whenever you are choosing the best solution and you know that you have to do something important, that sometimes you'll try and talk yourself out of it. And I'm saying this because when you try and talk yourself out of something, but then you talk yourself out of something to the point where you do nothing. And when you are making a decision, it's good for you to do the action or to do something no matter what is being said. Yeah, and I've realized as well why I do like working out is because working out can actually be challenging. But then when you're like doing the workout each and every time, you then adapt to it and then you can add on weights to like try and lift heavier, and then you'll realize that aspects that are challenging while working out, you can apply it to everything that you do and everything that you decide to do. And then you'll have like more of a determination because yeah, it's a challenge. Like you would like a challenge once you've realized that you've been working out for a while. And the next thing that I wanted to say about making better decisions is that you think about the consequences of like a bad decision, because when you think of a consequence of a bad decision, you're less likely to do anything bad that you'll regret later. Because when you think about the consequence of a bad decision, you obviously realize that you'll regret it later. And for example, you know when you make a bad decision and then it feels good in the moment, but then afterwards it feels bad. And then because it feels bad, you don't want to start all over again. I wanted to make it clear that you can actually start again. Like there's no shame in starting anything again. And it's also good to measure your progress, because I learned this recently, that if you measure your progress, you can always look back and realize what you've done better over time. And the next thing that I wanted to say is that when you make better decisions, you can also learn from your past mistakes. You can learn what went wrong in the past to make sure you don't repeat it. And next, I want to give examples of bad decisions. So say for example, you need to be somewhere early in the morning, but then you stay up late. That's going to be a problem. And also when you get a certain amount of money, but then you decide to spend it all. And quick solutions to those problems is just saving money, and then also sleeping at a certain time so you can get your 8 hours, and then that can improve concentration. And yeah, I realized as well that when I get my 8 hours, my concentration's at least decent. And an example of like a good decision is just making sure that whether you spend a lot of time indoors or outdoors, that you have like some physical activity. So you're like walking, you're exercising at home or at the gym. And I'm saying this because I prefer doing that, like exercising. It helps me stay in shape and I'm motivated to take on challenges. I gave those examples of like bad decisions because I have actually been there, and I would rather learn from my mistakes, so as I'm saying in this video, than to realize the mistakes you're making and then being ashamed that you're not really trying to change. Once you make a better decision, that you'll feel good like in the moment, and you'll feel good afterwards.